begin tonight the way we have so many of our newscasts of late. Breaking news on the coronavirus in Michigan. Just moments ago, Governor Whitmer reported that she is temporarily closing hair, nail, tanning, massage, spa, tattoo, and piercing shops starting tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning and going through April 13th. That news just came down a few minutes ago. A lot of people have been asking those questions about when or if those businesses would be impacted by this. And now, straight from the governor, we have our answer. It has been a busy day of developments on the COVID-19 front. Here are the latest numbers. Nationally, we are almost to 20,000 cases and 240 deaths. Here in Michigan, the biggest jump yet, 238 new cases, now standing at a total of 787. At least 5 people are being reported dead. The Associated Press with news that 6 people have lost their lives to this virus here in Michigan. Here's where things stand here in West Michigan, county by county. Kent with the most on the west side, 9 new cases today, bringing the total to 21. Allegan, as you just heard, recorded its first case. Calhoun County announced 1 case earlier, and Berrien County to the southwest also with 2 new cases. Here's the graphic that shows the jump in cases. Just days ago, we were at 80. But now, as more testing comes online, the true picture of how many people are being impacted this is becoming more clear. We're going to start live in Allegan County, where we've had our newest case of COVID-19 in West Michigan reported. Whitney Burney is there live for us tonight. Whitney.
Leon, the case here in Allegan County involves an 85-year-old individual. The health department couldn't tell us that person's current condition, or if they're a male or female, but they have told us that that person is currently being hospitalized. Now, the health department says that they're investigating if that patient had any recent travel history or if they've had any contact with someone who's had travel history. Currently, they are looking into that. They don't know that information at this point. The health department says that this one presumptive positive case really seals in the fact that this disease does exist here in the county. They do say that so far they've done 30 tests countywide. 13 of those tests have come back negative, while 14 are still pending. They also say that there were a few people who did not go through with testing, and obviously we have that one presumptive positive case. The department says that everyone should now behave as though COVID-19 is anywhere that they go.
It takes a community to effectively slow spread of this disease, and we all have to do our part. We don't want to overburden our healthcare systems.
Now tonight, the department also announced that they're making some changes when it comes to protecting first responders. One of the things that they said is that they're going to be handling non-emergency calls over the phone from here on out. They also say that when they're responding to houses, there will likely only be one first responder who goes inside the home, and they will likely be wearing a mask, but they want to make sure that the public is not alarmed. Live here in Allegan, Whitney Burney, News 8.
All right, Whitney, thank you for that live report from Allegan County tonight. The Kalamazoo actually doesn't have a confirmed case yet, but leaders there are calling on anyone who knows how to make and sew to donate face masks to the community to prepare for the outbreak to come there. The donated face masks would be distributed upon request to community partners that work with the high-risk, vulnerable population, such as first responders, hospitals, shelters, long-term care facilities, and other frontline workers. The county has instructions on their website. It's at calcounty.com. We are working to get a link up to that at woodtv.com. The Detroit Police Department reports 5 of their officers have been diagnosed with the coronavirus. 1 civilian contractor has also tested positive for COVID-19. The numbers are expected to climb because 152 members of the department are under quarantine. The police chief says coronavirus is a cause for concern within their department. Officers now have the choice to relax enforcement for lesser crimes as they pursue felony cases. The United States border with Canada is now closed to non-essential travel. The closure went into effect at midnight. A similar measure also went into effect along the southern border with Mexico. President Trump said the move will not impact trade and other essential traffic. Anyone who is traveling for medical purposes will be allowed through. Officials say the closure will be reviewed in 30 days. Police roadblocks around Italy have increased controls on population today after the worst day since the outbreak. Italy imposed stricter measures on public life yesterday after the death toll jumped by 627 in a single day, by far the biggest 24-hour rise recorded anywhere. The national government in Rome said today all parks would close and people could only exercise around their homes. The latest crackdown effectively bans jogging and biking, the only types of outdoor exercises that were allowed. As the number of people infected with coronavirus continues to climb in the U.S., more states are imposing stay-at-home orders to slow the spread of COVID-19. The White House is now urging people who aren't very sick to not to get tested for COVID-19 because hospitals are running out of protective equipment for their workers. Here's Chris Pallone with our report from New York.
Empty streets, closed schools and businesses as more Americans are ordered to go home and stay there.
This morning, I signed an executive order directing nearly all of our 9 million residents to quite simply stay at home.
New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy, the latest to order residents not to go to work.
We can no longer maintain a sense of business as usual.
Elected leaders imposing the most drastic restrictions yet as coronavirus continues to rapidly spread. Now more than 20,000 confirmed cases across the U.S. and 250 deaths. More than half are in New York State, where the governor wants people to understand why they should stay home.
We are all first responders. Your actions can either save or endanger a life.
There's concern some aren't taking the coronavirus threat seriously, especially the young. Florida has closed some popular beaches after videos showed them packed with spring breakers who seemed to think getting coronavirus would be no big deal.
Well, young people don't get this disease. You are wrong. That is not a fact. 18 to 49 years old are 54% of the cases in New York State.
In Washington, the Senate and White House spent Saturday working to address the economic fallout, crafting a stimulus bill that could reach $2 trillion. A vote is on track for Monday. The federal government also scrambling to address a growing lack of equipment for medical workers.
Not every single person in the United States needs to get tested.
The White House now telling people with mild symptoms to stay home so doctors and nurses don't waste valuable masks, gloves, and gowns. Chris Pallone, NBC News, New York.